Not gonna lie to you, a little tired. Got some bags under the eyes, a little haggard looking on the face. There's a good reason for that. It would be because I slept in my rental car. This is my busiest time of year. College is opening up, and since I mostly perform at colleges, I have to fly all over the country. Typically, I'll have anywhere up to 18 shows in a 21-day period, in as many as 12 different states, usually. This year, it started with getting up at 5 a.m., driving to the airport, flying to Missouri from New Hampshire, landing in St. Louis, driving an additional 3.5 hours to the campus, and doing 2 shows, a 9 o'clock show and an 11 o'clock show. Get done with the 11 o'clock show at 12:30 in the morning, and need to be back at the airport for an early flight so I can get to the next place, which means no time for a hotel. So get in the rental car, drive 3.5 hours. You get tired around 2:30 in the morning, 3 in the morning. I pulled over at a rest stop and I slept in my car for 2 hours. I had to fly into Pittsburgh and get down to West Virginia. By the time I get there, there's no time to take a nap or anything. There's just time to take a shower and clean the funk off of you from sleeping in your car and wearing the same clothes for a long time. The point of this is when you get into something, if you're thinking of getting into stage hypnotism, you have to decide what kind of market you want to work in. Do you want to work primarily with corporate events? Do you want to work with colleges? Do you want to work with high schools, fairs, nightclubs? And you can do all of that to a certain extent, but typically most people are going to dominate in one market. And for me, that's the college market. One thing that maybe people don't always think about is you need to take into consideration, like, how's that going to affect your lifestyle? I mean, I fly about, it's a day out, a day back most of the time, right? So 2 days for every gig that includes flying. That's 85 shows a year. Out of the 85 shows, maybe, I don't know, probably like 50 of them involve flying. So that's 100 days of flying every year. That's 100 days of rental cars and hotels and not sleeping in your own bed and eating in restaurants and all that kind of stuff. That changes the way you live your life. For me, it's easier because I don't have a partner, I don't have a family, so I don't have to worry about not being there for my kids, that kind of stuff. I frame it in a very positive way. I get to see the country and get paid to do so. I get to fly around and see the Rocky Mountains and see the Midwest and see the West Coast, and all the while making money. And if you're thinking about seriously getting into stage hypnotism, that needs to be a consideration along the way. You need to think about, how is this going to affect your lifestyle? Does that seem like the right fit for you? If travel makes you absolutely miserable, you shouldn't be a traveling hypnotist. So just something to think about. Is the idea of sleeping in your rental car for a couple of hours a few times a year. It only usually happens like once a year for me, but that stuff could happen. I had to sleep overnight in an airport once because I got caught in a blizzard while I was traveling. Got to go catch my next flight. Just wanted to capture that thought for you, give you something to think about. We'll catch up again soon. Thanks.